sports. What are you geeks goofing off about? Listen, this is quote unquote the worst week of sports
but it's not.
of the year. And it hasn't been, right? We've had Team USA, you had the Brandon Ayuk news, you have everything here, but RG3 just he got our minds spinning, man. He really did, because he sent down a tweet this morning, Nishasky sent it to the thread. We have to settle this debate. Who are the top 5 fictional football players of all time? I'll start. And he goes, Stephen Willie Beeman, Any Given Sunday, Bobby Boucher, Waterboy, Earl Baguette, Longest Yard, who was played by Nelly, Shane Falco in the replacements, and then Spencer James and All-American. And I got to say, with All-American, Guru would always say, Bacha, you got to watch All-American. You got to watch All-American. You got to watch All-American. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll watch it. It is so bad it's good, but I just couldn't finish it.
It's so bad it's good.
Spencer James is just so unrealistic as a football player. He goes to Beverly Hills High School, balls out there, then he goes back to Crenshaw, plays well there. It's just too much. Spencer James is just he's unreal. He's unreal to show, and I'm with some of these people on YouTube. It is kind of corny.
Well, the guy that I always like, because I watched it on and off when I was a kid, because my parents were into it, and it was on reruns. So like Cheers, for example.
Cheers is a great show.
Sam Malone was a part of the 75 Red Sox team. That was part of the whole thing. And I remember at one episode they showed him, warming up and basically lost his career because of alcohol. At least that was my interpretation of what ended up happening. I don't know. I'm not some Cheers diehard, so I know there's somebody out there. But like characters like that, where they have like a sports, angle to it, I always love those kinds of characters.
I do too. No, Cheers is great. Cheers is a great, and the reruns came out at night. Yeah. Especially if you had basic TV and didn't have any cable.
If I say Sam Malone, you know what I'm talking about. Do you guys know if I say Sam Malone? Do you know Wow.
I know Tommy Malone, A's legend.
You don't know Sam Malone?
So Sam Malone,
is that Ted Danson's character?
Yes.
He's in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, I know who Ted Danson is. I just never watched Cheers. It was just not my show. Yeah.
Cheers is OG. The postman, the postal worker.
Woody Harrelson. I know Woody Harrelson was in it. Yeah.
Well, Woody Harrelson came in after one of the characters passed away, and he ended up. It was perfect. It was really the start of Woody Harrelson's fame.
Now Woody Harrelson. And speaking of which, Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes doing a lot of movies together. They're a duo, kind of like Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, right? They were in Wildcats together for crying out loud. Wildcats, football, so baseball. All right, we got to go. Have you got basketball? Have you got top 5 basketball? Go top 5 basketball.
We kind of get most of Shaq.
Let's go top 5 baseball. Top 5 baseball. Fictional characters.
Well, I'm gonna get serious here. We're gonna be doing a little barbecue for the family, and we are kind of basically not memorializing, but we're just gonna do a big barbecue in the summer for my dad. And so the other day it was on Netflix. It was one of the featured movies. I said, you know what, I gotta watch it. Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
And it's the very end, and I cry I'm going to get emotional here. I cry every single time. But Kevin Costner talking to his dad as a young man, and then he gets a chance to meet him, and when he's talking to him, he's like, this is my daughter, and this is my wife, and then he asks his dad to play catch. I'm going to cry again, and I'm sorry, I apologize. That's one of my favorite moments in any movie, and even more so now than ever before, and seeing him play catch with his dad one last time as they zoom out and all the cars are coming in. I think that is one of the all-time, for me, now more than ever. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to turn this all emotional, but honest to God, that movie means so much more to me now, given what's happened in my life and where I'm at as a dad and everything like that. Dad, can we have a catch? What I wouldn't give to have one more freaking catch with my pops. Right. Sorry, man. I don't mean you asked me that is the character, dude. When I see him do that with his pops, that's the one. Now, Wild Thing in my loving of baseball, Wild Thing is one of my favorite. I begged my mom to let me get his haircut.
Wild Thing, dun 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 dun. You make my heart sing.
And all I wanted to do was come out of the bullpen and win the pennant for my team. Right. It's one of my favorite characters of all time. Another baseball one.
What about the fan?
Well, the fan was a little dark.
Yeah, it was.
The fan was a little dark.
It was dark.
I hate this guy, but I also love this guy, Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Oh, yeah. I'd love it.
I hate that he's a Dodger. I hate that he stole home, but I absolutely love him. I love him as a character.
The Sandlot, he was awesome. The PF Flyers.
Absolutely.
He's the reason why I bought PF Flyers, for crying out loud.
No doubt about it. You know what I mean? It's one of my all-time favorites. And then, just a couple of other movies that like Major League, There's so many characters that I love. Roger Dorn, as I get older and older and older, is so good. Roger Dorn is all time.
Yeah, he is all time.
It's Major League 2, but the fan in that Randy Quaid is all time. Whenever you're a dejected fan, I go to this guy right here.
You rotten bum! You overpaid, Winnie! Wild thing! You make my butt sting! I detest you! You're all garbage! All of you! Back up the truck!
Back up the truck. So good. Back up the truck.
So what? They'll blow it in the 9th.
And then look at this.
Something like Giants fans these days.
And then he came back his wild thing, and the fan was like, "Oh, he's back! He's back!"
It's
and
so
he had
good.
the X. I just remember the scene when they were doing the montage, and with Pitted Fever, and the construction workers were like, "Man, who are these guys? They suck." And you got the Asian guys, the grounds crew, and the Asian guys like, "This team stinks." And all of a sudden they start winning. It was like, "Wow, these guys are winning again." That movie's all-time class. I love that movie.
All right, so this one's going to go way back in time, okay? Way back in time. You guys have probably never heard of this. It's called Moochie of the Little League, and it's this little kid and his Little League team. It's in black and white, okay? And they go on this big run where they go into the World Series, like the Little League World Series. It had to be in the 50s or 60s, okay? And this was one of my dad's movies from back in the day. And he had never wanted to wash his socks because, he had the good luck socks. And the mom goes to pull the socks out of the drawer, and they're rock hard, and they're firm. So those are just some of my favorites.
All right, so
what
I got Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Gotta have him
on my list.
Gotta have
He's
him.
got to have him, man. He led the way with the Sandlot team when they beat the boys with the uniforms and smoked them at their park on their field.
Yes.
Brought their own bicycles there.
How great was that, Mo?
It was awesome.
Cam was in his bag talking smack.
In his bag talking smack. You don't know who Babe Ruth is? The SWAT? Remember that? Squints, by the way, is an all-time character as well. Was it lifeguard Wendy Peppercorn?
Come on.
Yeah, she was
one of
awesome.
the greatest ones.
Still got a crush on her. Yep.
She was awesome.
Was hot.
So
she's oiling and oiling and oiling every summer, just staring at us. I love how they all suck their guts in too when she walks by. It's all time, dude. We all know what we're doing.
So Willie Mays Hayes, the original one. Wesley Snipes,
Willie
the one.
Mays Hayes.
Even though Omar Epps didn't do a bad job, Willie Mays Hayes.
original.
When he got this, he's outside, he wakes up, he's like, "Wait, I'm not on the team." He just shows up to a training camp. Shows up to a training camp. Unbelievable.
What about, I forgot about, before you go, Mr. Baseball's one of my favorites too.
Who's that?
Mr. Tom Selleck.
Tom
and
Selleck.
Tom Selleck actually looked like he could play.
No, he did look like he could play.
I don't want to forget about that. Tom Selleck as Mr. Baseball was a classic.
Mr. 3000, Bernie Mac. Honorable mention.
Yeah,
doesn't make my top 5. The pitcher from Hardball with the headphones on the mound.
Oh my God.
The pitcher.
So I watched that movie.
You finally watched it.
It was really sad at the end.
It was sad. G-Baby?
It was really
sad at the baby. Keanu Reeves acted his ass off in that movie.
Absolutely. And the league, the actual league, by the way, made me sick.
Yeah, I wanted to kill one of those. But it reminds you of some Little League leagues. You know what I'm saying? It does. It does. It was unbelievable. Then G-Baby comes to bat. He's like, he's on the, you know what? Let him bat.
Yeah,
he comes on with the game when he hit. It was awesome. But the guy on the mound with the headphones, they love it when they call me Big Papa. And he just starts striking dudes out left and right. That was unbelievable. I don't know. I'm a sucker for this. He wasn't that good of a player.
Okay.
But his character was unbelievable. He was a father in love and basketball. Pedro Serrano. He's in all the Allstate commercials, I believe, or whatever the insurance commercials.
He was in Mr. Baseball as well.
He was in Mr. Baseball as well, but he was slumping so hard. And I wouldn't put him as a tandem because when they brought the Asian guy over, what was his name? Tanaka? Or whatever his name was. They were unbelievable with them. Yeah, you got Big Cahoon.
I'm surprised we've gone this far and we haven't mentioned. I'm not trying to be the best at exercising. Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down. Yeah. One of the great shows ever.
I just put him on my list.
How good was Kenny Powers?
Did you guys know the actor who played Pedro Serrano, Dennis Haysbert is his name?
That's his name.
From San Mateo.
Is he really?
No, I didn't.
I had no idea. He's been in so many different movies. He was
the president in 24.
He was.
For a second, you're right. He was.
Yeah, he was. So that would be somebody. And then Major League, our boy we just mentioned in the outfield, he was unbelievable. Remember he hit the home run and the manager watching him would like disrespect him so hard he even shake his head around in the bases. Like, screw you, dude. I'm just hitting home runs just to hit home runs. Bad News Bears. Wow.
When they played at the Astrodome, it's one of the coolest.
It's the Texas team.
It's so good.
Yeah. Lucas did make the trip. He wrote a letter to the team. He wrote a letter to the team. I like that one in the Astrodome. That was cool, but it's nothing like the original.
No, the original is an all-timer.
League of Their Own?
League of
There's no
Their
crying
Own.
in baseball?
I contend Tom Hanks's, it's a version of Jimmy Fox. That's what the rumor is. I contend that Tom Hanks character of all the characters he's ever played, and he's got so many. I mean, you want to talk about, if I'm taking catalogs, I might take Tom Hanks number one.
Yeah, he's got a great catalog.
Right? I might take him number one.
Catch Me If You Can, Forrest Gump.
I think that's one of his best.
Castaway.
I mean, Tom Hanks is next level.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yep. Didn't win an Oscar for that. Crazy.
Saving Private Ryan.
Tom Hanks is all time.
I mean, it's so. Anyway, him in that movie, all time. Madonna's in that movie.
Madonna is in that movie.
What's the
Roseanne Barr?
No,
Rosie
McDonald. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah. God, that was a good movie. I loved A League of Their Own.
Nick on YouTube. Jorge Soler is our Serrano. Hits Bobs and K's. You're right. There's a lot of Serranos out there.
I got a couple of those on my 12U team.
there's a few of them.
Rami, you're out there.
There's always on them.
Nino hit curveball.
The fan was cool. He was good, but the movie was a little Even though it was based in the city, it was a little
Well, and they lied about the payphones at Candlestick.
Yeah.
And that's me getting really deep into the weeds of Candlestick Park.
Oh, yeah, the Asian guys did say they still stink in Major League. They still stink. Whatever.
Dude.
The grounds crew in Cleveland. And they played the games either at Milwaukee County Stadium, and there was the other one. One of them was, I think Camden Yards was one seed. What else did they play? Obviously, the old Cleveland Stadium. But Milwaukee County Stadium is where they played a lot of those games, where the Brewers used to play. So, top 5 baseball players. All right, we got a couple minutes here.
Well, you asked me a question.